Good morning, Abhishek. It is Tuesday. Yeah, you see the wind is picking up here. It's actually a really good atmosphere here. It's almost spring season. It's in full force now. Oh yeah, we'll actually be able to see. Wait, if you yeah, there we go. Yeah, so this is the proper cherry blossom trees, and I don't know if there are any other trees around. Okay, there are not, but there I swear. Oh yeah, there you go. This one that has the white flowers as well. So yeah, because spring season going in full force. So that's fun. But yeah, I watched a lot of South Indian movies recently. Not as many as my friends would like. They like watching South Indian movies a lot more than I do. But yeah, again, in general, in the end, it's about. It's a separate genre of movies, which is strange to say because you shouldn't classify a language of movies as genre of movies, but it's kind of the same as you would have anime as a genre of animated movies, so it's, even if you have exceptions, there's still a particular style that all of them follow, and the exceptions are what kind of enforce the rule as well, that in general you'll see movies that are a particular kind, just like you do in Bollywood as well. It's just like that, generally. But um, my point being, yeah, I've watched quite a few South Indian movies recently, and there was this movie that came out, KGF Chapter 2. No, I haven't watched Chapter 1, and that was a point of huge debate, apparently, that I should have watched it before watching the second part. But yeah, I did not, and I watched the second movie, and it was entertaining, I guess. It was fun, but it was a very strange feeling that I couldn't really understand why I didn't like those movies. They were fun in the end, right? Like, I mean, I was sitting there for what, 2.5 hours, and I was more or less entertained, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't watch that movie if I was alone. I guess that's the right way to put it. But other than that, it was a good movie. But I couldn't really place the reason for why I didn't uh, like them till I went back to our entire you know I don't know, set of rules, set of analyses, whatever we do, whatever we learned with Nerdwriter and those related channels as well. That uh, one of his videos really brought that point up, and then it started. I just started opening that logic up more and more. So the strange thing about these movies is the same problem that is with Zack Snyder movies, as he points out, is uh, the importance of scenes within um, a movie, and what moments do as opposed to them, and how you kind of relate the two of them. So he says that in Zack Snyder movies there's an abundance of moments, but they don't have a lot of scenes. So it's just you're jumping from moment to moment, and it's never really, uh, you know, there's no substance to it. That's what he said, and that kind of rings true for South Indian movies a lot. I mean, of course, I am talking about the rule, not the exception. I've watched the first proper South Indian movie that I've watched without any dubbing was Drishyam 2. So it's the Drishyam was made here, I think, originally in Malayalam, and then Ajay Devgan kind of remade it, and there's a second part of it in Malayalam as well. I guess he's gonna remake it or not, I don't know. But uh, yeah, that was the first movie that I saw, and I freaking loved it, man. It was a great movie. It was, of course, not as good as the first Drishyam, which my friends said they watched the Malayalam version as well, and they said that it's even better than the Ajay Devgan one. And I guess, I mean, I believe them completely. And what I'm trying to say is, it's actually, you know, if uh, if the first part was better than the second in Malayalam, then, and I already like the Ajay Devgan movie, then yeah. So those are a pretty good set of movies that you should definitely watch. Actually, do try them out if you can. So that's a great movie to have. But nevertheless, my point is, those are kind of the exceptions to this rule in South Indian movies, that there's this, they have this combination of really putting just moments constantly, and having this really wonky pacing. So that pacing is the second kind of point that I was trying to explore here, because pacing in a movie is important, as we've all known with uh, with all these movies that we watched specifically for pacing. The first that comes to mind is Parasite, because of course, because of how Nerdwriter describes why the director really loves pacing as a tool to bring the movies into a completely different light, right? So yeah, that's a great movie. That's a great Parasite is a great movie in general, but it's not an amazing movie in and of itself. What really makes it stand apart is the pacing of it. So pacing is also something that can make or break a movie, and so these are the two problems that I find you know with these South Indian movies in general. That one of them is this abundance of moments without any scenes, and what happens is whenever they try to push in a scene, the pacing is really weird. So what happens is these moments are created at breakneck speed. It just keeps going. There's this action sequence, or it's some kind of realization, or some kind of epiphany that the protagonist has, or that you have, or one of the characters has, whatever. And that's constantly, this happens every 5 minutes, and then other than that, there's just the story going forward in this really wonky pacing. I don't know why I'm using that word again, but it's basically either way too fast, where you don't really follow what's going on. I mean, of course you do, but it's very uh, you know okay, if you club them all together, if you have like half an hour worth of super fast scenes that they have, it really becomes disorienting. You start thinking half an hour ago what happened, and then how is all of this connected, and yeah, it just keeps going. And then sometimes it really brings the movie down to a halt. It's like really really slow to kind of build up into this moment that they create, right? So yeah, that's really the what that's really what characterizes these movies in general, again, because I don't know if I've watched any I don't know any other movie like Drishyam, but Drishyam was a movie that was great in Bollywood as well. It was an exception in that genre, I guess, of cinema as well. So it makes sense that it's an exception to the rule here in South Indian movies as well. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, other than that, I think they're fun movies in general. It's again, I sometimes I relate the stuff like this, genres that I don't generally watch, to genres like anime that I have watched before. That if you can have ridiculous things happening in anime and you like them, then there's no real reason for you to not like them in uh, you know in South Indian movies, or in any other kind of genre that doesn't, like, that seems pretty ridiculous when you look at it without any context. But if you understand that the movies in general are made that way, and if you can filter out those things, then they're really good. Just like in Steins Gate, there was this entire thing about how it's made for weebs, but then if you rip out all of those parts from the anime, which is, I don't know, which is like quite significant, 20-25% of the show is that made that way, right? But if you rip that out, it is actually one of the best anime shows that I've watched. So yeah, that's something that you have to do with South Indian movies as well. They are fun to watch in general, but you have to watch them with a filter that they're you have to train this you train yourself in understanding what kind of things you need to avoid. It's really difficult to talk about them in a video. Actually, I just realized that I don't know how I would describe what you need to filter out and what you need to filter in, but once you watch enough movies, you'll start realizing what are the things that you need to avoid to actually have fun with a movie like that. Yeah. And yeah, with that out of the way, there's one more thing that I want to mention before I finish off this video, is that uh, Pushpa was a shitty movie. Okay. Yeah, by the way, I'm gonna put this video public just because I said this. Let's see what people think about that. But I actually did not like Pushpa at all. I don't know why people love it so much. Why does dad like it so much? Oh my god, it was such a bad movie. I didn't like anything about it. I didn't like the music. I didn't like the acting. I didn't like anything about that movie. It was such a mediocre movie. Like, I actually liked KGF. I actually liked KGF a lot. Because of course it's mindless fun. It's mindless entertainment, but it's still fun. Pushpa wasn't even fun. I don't know what kind of audience it caters to, but yeah, I did not like it at all. But anyway, let me know what you think, man. It's been interesting to explore new genres in general, but there's a lot of because there's a lot of experimentation. You're not gonna like a lot of things as well. So, but yeah, that's the fun part of experimentation as well. So, yeah, let me know what you think, and do watch Drishyam, man. Drishyam 2 is a great movie. It's I don't know who it's made by. I forgot the name. I feel bad for that, but it's a really good movie, and yeah, definitely it's a strong recommendation. And yeah, with that, I'm gonna see you next week. Bye.